Oh, hello, everybody.
Woo.
Okay, how are you all doing today? Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Looks like we're standing at about 20 people right now. For more people come in, maybe some more people come in later. We won't know. We won't really care. We're kind of doing what we want to do. So, but yeah, my name is Quinn Sullivan. I am the game master, soon to be galaxy master, of Brian, where's the eye patch?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Oh.
Oopsies.
Just get drunk again. You'll find it.
Yeah.
The next time we get wasted, I want you to take my car keys for me. Brian, you have to unmute yourself. Oh, they can't hear you.
Oh, that's
Is your OBS desktop muted?
weird. Huh.
Oh, well.
Oops.
Oh, no. Well, Brian lost the eye patch when he was drinking heavily. That's what you missed. That's a short story. So that's why I was like, I need to hand you my car keys. That doesn't make sense. It's a lot less funny when I explain it. Anyway, my name's Quinn Sullivan. I'm going to be the game master for these fine folks aboard starships, causing all sorts of antics throughout the galaxy, known as Star Wars. I've been dungeon mastering for about 2 years now, and you probably know me best from my Threads of Fate stream. But that's enough about me right now. I'll pass it over to ladies first, and we will work ourselves over to, I always have to make decisions, Dana.
Hello. I'm Dana Lee, and are we introducing ourselves and our characters? Is that what we're doing?
We will just ourselves first.
Oh, I'm Dana Lee. Hi.
Oh, like where can people find you on the internet?
Just on Twitter.
What do you do for fun and hobbies and stuff like that? Because you cosplay a bit, right?
A little bit. I just started up again after a really long delay. You can find me on Twitter at Dana Lee B, Leigh. And I cosplay, I make coffee for a living. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons mostly until now for about 8 months, and I didn't have any experience before that, and this is my first foray into a different system, and I'm super excited.
And it's awesome.
Yes.
We'll
get there.
I know, I'm so in love with the narrative die system so much. And who wants to take it over next?
I just want to test and make sure my audio is working now. I think it is.
Can the people of Twitch hear you? We're going to find out.
Yes. The delay
Narrative.
is... The suspense is killing me.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yes! Okay,
Yep,
fixed it.
There we
There
go.
you go.
We're good. Woo!
Boom, shakalaka.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
So,
So next.
we're good? We're good?
Yeah,
We're good?
We're good. We're good.
All right, cool.
Yep.
So, Brian's audio is figured out. Do you want to explain to the... Never mind, it's just not going to be funny. Riley, go on.
Okay. Well, I'm Riley. You can find me on Twitter at Riley Avery, which is RYLEEAVRE. I'm also on Instagram as Apache_Rose, and there's 2 E's in the Rose. I do hair for a living, so I style and color people's hairs. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 2 years now, with Quinn and Liam both DMing, and then Brian DMing for a little bit, with Derek. Gotta include Derek. And we suddenly decided to start sharing our crazy stories with everybody, and now I'm here. I also have a Twitch, which is xGrannyX, and I'm thinking about streaming video games. I kind of do sometimes, but I'm also there. And that's me.
All right, Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole. You can find me on Twitter at KingColeMiner, and you can find the Dungeon World actual play podcast that I do called Blue Dawn at bluedawn.libsyn.com or on Twitter at bluedawn.cast. I've been playing tabletop games for 6 years, I think. But I'm a voice actor and audio producer, and you can find a list of my work on my Twitter. Yeah.
There we go.
That's it.
And I started listening to the podcast, by the way. And it's,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I don't know if I want to call it hilarious because it is. And I didn't want to make it sound like an insult.
No.
Okay.
That's kind of what we're aiming for, but
Good. All right. I
anyway.
wasn't sure because I was like, I don't know if they want me to laugh at this, but I am. And then we'll switch it over to the vampire drow that eats brains for a living.
What? Who's that? Yeah, I am Carrie, or I think he's confusing me with Melcacha, my character from Quinn's Curse of Strahd game.
Oh yeah, her too.
Oh yeah, right. Thank you. Watch yourself. So anyways, yeah. People know me mainly Shrieky online. You can find me under that name under Twitter, DeviantArt, Instagram, pretty much just about anything, and that's SHRIEKEE. I've been playing D&D for about over 15 years anyways. Definitely some breaks in between, but I started with Vampire the Masquerade. That was my very first ever. Yeah.
Excellent.
This is actually my very first time doing this system, so I'm pretty excited to try it out.
Derek. My man.
Hey, I'm Derek Ford, your local military veteran. I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 2 years with Quinn and Brian and Riley and Cy and Liam and John and lots of people. Mostly played 5th edition, but also did a small venture into Pathfinder. And you might have seen me a couple weeks ago when we played this Star Wars with Brian. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Xbox, Instagram, everywhere. Delta J4, DELTAJFORD.
Are you on Instagram?
I mean, I have it downloaded. Do I use it? No.
I didn't know. I did because every time I see Derek Ford, it's like invite him to Instagram. I'm like, he's never gonna go.
Hey, someone had my freaking email, and I kept getting the emails
Instagram.
for Instagram. So I was like, screw it, I'm taking this dude's Instagram. Use my email. Guess what?
All right.
Oops.
And then the other homie. Oh, but first, before we do that, can we get a little bit of the droid because I love the voice.
Oh, I totally. I forgot a bit how it went, but yes.
Perfect. It's perfect. And then Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian Penaloza. The easiest place to find me is on Twitter at CPT Sugarbear, right there in the bitchin' overlay that I made. Honestly, for anything else I do, that's just the place to find out what it's going to be, because otherwise we'd be here all day me listing the shit that I'm a part of, so I won't bore you with that. I'm also the co-founder of Soul Bear Productions with my lovely Galaxy Master over there, Quinn.
Hi.
So that's my whole spiel. I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
Sorry, I'm switching over my stuff real quick. So when I'm looking at you guys, I'm looking at you guys on the Twitch overlay, and then I'm looking at chat over here. So if it's very clever. Anyway, yeah, I forgot to mention I am also the co-founder of Soul Bear Pod, and you're watching that right now on our debut stream. This is our very first live stream ever on this channel. And it's nerve-wracking, exciting, and a lot of fun all at the same time. It all kind of started with Brian and I going like, we should really stop splitting our D&D streams and just stream on one channel. And it kind of went up from there, along with other crazy expectations that we have for ourselves in the future. But
yes,
we'll see where it ends up.
And much like the losing of the eye patch, it all started with a few drinks.
It literally started with us going, you know what we should do?
We have the best superhero origin story.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, man. His weakness is 6-year-olds.
Wait, what?
Oh, no, that's...
No comments.
We're editing that out for YouTube.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, wow.
that requires explanation.
Please do the explanation. Make
no,
us all
because
feel
if
better.
Look, I almost broke my toe to a 6-year-old at a Super Bowl party. It's a long story. 8-year-old. There we go. 8-year-old. Sorry. I made it worse. Of course I did. Yeah, so this is Star Wars Edge of the Empire. This is our zero session where we kind of get together, where I like to do and get together with my players and figure out what kind of game they want to go through, what their characters they are all making, kind of work everything out for the backstories and backgrounds, and kind of bring it in so we have a smooth transition into the campaign itself, so everybody has kind of like everything collaborated together. And we also talk about their characters individually as well. But everyone's also kind of got to get an idea from their characters. But the good part about the Edge of the Empire system is it has something called obligation that works out mechanically in the game as well. So backstory is a little more important in Star Wars Edge of the Empire than it is in regular 5th edition, regular Dungeons and Dragons. Also, we don't have a name for this stream yet. So if you want to like kick around and chat, and like we'll kind of pencils and parsecs it, and if you guys have a good idea for the name for the stream that isn't Star Wars Edge of the Empire, we're gonna go with it. And if not, I'll think of something, or Brian will think of something, or one of the other 6, 7 people that are here will think of something.
Wars of the Stars at the Galaxy's Edge.
I like it. I think we got something there.
Huh?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge, actually, I kind of like that.
That's actually, yeah.
I'm writing things down as they come, by the way.
I may be jumbled of the brain, but that's where all the creativity comes from. It's going on half the time, but creative juices are spewing.
Hells yes.
Crazy.
All right.
We don't do phrasing.
I think we could just kind of skip Ryan and Derek for right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you want an idea for who characters are, you can just kind of go in the backstory in the one shot we did earlier and kind of watch it from there. And we can talk about them later, but I guess we'll go with Cole real quick first.
Okay. So my character's name is Drip Croton. There's an apostrophe in there. They are a I don't know how to pronounce it because Rodian. They're a Rodian scout. They're an explorer. They left their home planet to go explore the galaxy. Their obligation is specifically to learn as much as I can about everything I can at any cost.
That is such an explorer thing.
She's always writing stuff down. She's always taking notes. She's always like taking things apart and trying to learn as much as she can so she can send all of that information back to her homeworld, to her little brother, who during one of the many violent wars on her home planet, he was paralyzed and unable to actually go out and do things that he wanted to. So she's gonna go and do it for him. She has light yellow skin with like green freckles, like dark green freckles, and always has a pen and paper or whatever pen and paper is. Yeah. Data pad, thank you. In hand.
I'm a super Star Wars nerd, like, so I'll just correct you and like.
All right, good.
And don't feel free to like guys interrupt each other, like talk over it, like if you have an idea to like, oh, and my character does this, and like this is what they end and link those backstories together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do. Let's feel free and loosey goosey here. You know?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because that's what we are. We're a merry band of fools. But you mentioned a paralyzed brother, which is always good for a doctor to come into play.
Oh yeah.
Right, Dana?
That sounds good to me. Well, I am Dr. Rowan Morgan. I grew up with a rather average upbringing. My parents were both doctors, and I followed in their footsteps. I went through medical school pretty quickly, and through my many practices and study there, I saw that it wasn't enough. I wanted to fulfill my obligation to heal others even further with practical use outside of academia. So my goal is to just expand my own knowledge in the field rather than in study.
It's interesting. You didn't use the character generator, but what is your attitudes towards the Force?
Um,
Is the I'm gonna use the Force of Destiny actual rulebook. Oh, you have it.
yes.
Is it like an ancient tradition to you? Is it a dead thing? Is it something that you kind of are adherent to? Would you say you're one with it?
In her heart of hearts, she wants to believe that it's there, but she doesn't necessarily know if it is.
Interesting. And what university did you go to? Did you go to one on Coruscant? Did you go to the Theed University on Naboo?
I would say Coruscant.
Coruscant? Oh, 2 Coruscant people. That's what Brian's character is from. He's Pash. He's a smuggler. Grew up in the lower, as low as you could go. Works in Coruscant.
Isn't mine also from Coruscant?
Yes, you are also from Coruscant.
I mean, from.
You were also, your memory was also wiped from those days too. For reasons. Anyway, all right. Dan, what's your species?
I'm human.
You're human? Okay,
Mhm.
cool. So 2 colonists, 2 scholars. Let's take it to the other scholar real quick. Riley, what about your character?
Okay. So I am Asun Luna Zutepo.
Zujatepo.
Does
There's
it?
a really cool name generator for this. So I am a squad tech person. I'm a colonist, and I chose the Politico tree line. So yeah, so I've got like purple skin and like yellow eyes. Her obligation is like responsibility to like the people or like the greater good because she's in politics. And her reason for adventuring is wrong place, wrong time.
I liked it.
You said you're from Naboo, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we did get that. And your background is high and mighty, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, so wrong place, wrong time, and now I'm here.
We can work, and we planned on doing a one-shot tomorrow that may be streamed between Brian, Derek, Riley, Sai, and I. So we could do a little prologue into that and see where all that works together. And then we'll go to Malkacha. There we- Well, it says Malkacha underneath where it is for
Yeah.
you, so...
Okay, well, I am playing a Deveronian named Nylana Dreadwin. She is a bounty hunter martial artist. She is a bounty hunter along with her, or was a bounty hunter along with her brother and sister. They worked for Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. And essentially what ended up happening is the group of them failed Jabba. And so as a punishment, her sister was taken by the Bomar Order, and the brain was removed and put into a jar. Sustenance jar, I believe is what they're called. And pretty much the threat is if they ever fail again, then they will take one of the other sisters, because the Deveronians are also matriarchal. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's why you chose them.
That was where to go.
Always chosen the matriarchal societies, are you?
Yeah.
But,
so yeah, she has a huge debt, obviously, to the Hutt and to the Hutts, and she's pretty much just going around trying to not ever fuck up again. And she definitely has a love for battle. As a martial artist, she also calls out her attacks as she does them.
Like Babe Ruth?
like Wolf from Future Man.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
And then we'll take it over to the human smuggler, the captain.
Yeah, so my character's name is Pash Zeno. He is a human smuggler pilot. He's pretty young, about 17. He's got a really cool scar on his left cheek.
At the time of this, though, he'll be 19.
Okay, but yeah, sure, that's fine. Better, in fact. Anyway, he's got a scar on his left cheek from trying to leave the Black Suns, who essentially he was working for as he was also raised by a man named Osev. That was his first escape attempt when he was 15. Didn't go so well for him. By 16, he did manage to break away and travel to the Outer Rim a little bit, just doing little odd jobs here and there, stowing away on whatever ship he could to get from planet to planet. Before finally Osev being able to track him down with a job opportunity, which ended up being our one-shot, where he lost his eye and met L337, our droid technician.
That's a me.
Hold on, I'm sending you a text real quick, Derek, before we get to you. Sorry.
Sorry,
But,
L337. That's just Lee.
Yep, you got it. But yeah, you could go back and go to that one shot. But the last time I remembered, Osev was more like a mentor and also like a father figure to Pash as well, right? You didn't really have one. He was an urchin.
He was, yeah.
Pash was an urchin, yeah.
Yeah, he was an urchin. He had parents, but he didn't really care for them all that much. They did not treat him very well. So he kind of struck out on his own as an urchin, trying to make his way. He did meet Osev. Osev kind of gave him the guidance and the protection that he was lacking from his real parents. So he kind of latched onto him, learned a lot from him, which is why when Osev finally did get in touch with him, he, was not hesitant at all to go and take part in whatever it was that Osev had cooked up. That said, Pash changed a lot in that year in the Outer Rim, and the way he used to do things with Osev didn't quite sit as well with him as they would have had he not gotten out of the Black Suns for that year. So that whatever happened in that year is kind of a mystery for now, but I'm sure it will be expanded upon as we play.
Mm-hmm. And Derek.
Yep, I'm a droid, L337. It's actually a 2-1B surgical droid model.
Oh, okay.
A technician splicer.
Dope.
Who well, as far as he knows, was made on Coruscant by an elderly woman named Honora, who was in our previous stream where we played Star Wars. And it seems like kind of a cop-out thing to just be like, oh, his memory's white, but that's what happened. And that's where we met Brian's character.
And there were antics, there were Imperial starships, there was there was a shootout. Pash shot a hut. It was a whole thing.
I did shoot a hut. That was rad.
I made a trap door open.
It did cost me my eye. That was not ideal.
I forgot about the trap door in the Mandalorian.
Oh, the trap door! Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that trap door is rad.
Yeah. L337 is just a hacking fool. He'll help pilot ships. He'll hack all sorts of computers. Some of his motivations I don't want to exactly release yet. Maybe we'll get there. But right now, his obligation is pretty much, his new owner, as it were.
I prefer the term companion.
There, yeah.
And that's actually Pash's obligation is to the droid as well. So it's kind of a really interlinked kind of obligation system there.
Because maybe something terrible happened to L3's previous owner that he doesn't know about yet.
That's going to be an awkward conversation.
His mentor shot her in the back of the head.
Yep.
And dumped her out the space hold. I forgot about that part.
Yep.
Oh,
L3 has no idea.
Anyway. Yeah. Osev's not a good man.
No.
Not one bit. But yeah, that's characters. And I'm sorry, can we go over obligations real quick? Brian's is droid.
Yes.
So 5, Derek, yours
Actually,
is...
mine's at 10. Mine's at 10.
Yours, you took the additional 5?
Yes.
All right, I gotta write this down, sorry. Sorry.
Yep.
Music abruptly stopped, and I was like, oh shit, what did we do? What did we do wrong here?
You hit a crescendo first, so that was nice.
It was nice. We'll go into the other one. This is more fitting.
There we go.
Anyway. Okay, so Brian's at 10. Derek, you're at 5?
5.
All right. Dana?
5.
5. Cole?
5.
Riley?
10.
10. Gary?
10.
10s.
I mean, I guess I didn't really need to take the 10 anyway, since droids have crazy amounts of XP to start off with.
150. They're fucking...
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus.
Well, they also start with ability traits all at one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That makes
so
sense.
their attributes is like, yeah, it makes up for everything.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I did up his intelligence and cunning by 1 each.
okay. So how'd you all come together?
I know.
I'll be right back. I can't hold it. I gotta use the restroom.
I
Way
know
to dip
Drip
out.
probably like hitched a ride and was like, "Hey, I need to get to this planet. You guys are going to that planet. Let me tag along," and then just kind of never left.
Just kept tagging along. Like, she know what? Because you're an explorer.
Yeah. And I'm
All right,
like,
so she was probably like, well, she knows her way around.
Yeah. Like, you guys are going to cool places. I might as well come along.
How would Pash react to that though? Just like more crew, all for the better.
gosh,
Because
I
you
can
are the
fly a
captain.
ship.
I know the thing is, like,
You can fly ship.
an explorer actually might come in handy considering the task that I am handed with this droid to bring him new experiences and things of that nature. Perhaps an explorer
Oh,
seen some
shit.
places that I would be interested in.
Sorry, there's something about Derek's character that you guys don't know, and I'm just like, oh shit, wait a minute. that actually ties in perfectly.
It does tie in perfectly.
So would you say, what was your character's name again, Cole? What was-
Drip.
Drip?
Drip.
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 Drip. Gotcha. I forgot the accent. All right. Drip. Gotcha. All right. So, Drip probably would have been the first crew that Pash hired on board.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Makes sense.
hired, yes, not necessarily brought on board.
Yeah. I was totally just
are
like,
we
"I'm
talking?
here
Are we
now."
talking about Derek?
No, we're talking about Naboo.
Oh, ooh, yeah.
So maybe the first one hired, but not necessarily the first one brought on board.
Which goes into Riley's character. how did? So we were all talking about the backstory when we got together on Tuesday,
Mhm.
and wrong place, wrong time equaled into, oh yeah, we totally kidnapped her and tried to sell her off for credits because
Yes,
she's the daughter of an Imperial Moff. So
I like it.
Yeah. So
and so that's what our one shot's gonna be tomorrow. It's her getting kidnapped and her fighting back and probably gonna kill one of them. Probably the Wookiee.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, Riley, how'd you end up going up with, running away with Pash to explore the galaxy? Why would you do that? Do you feel like in your studies, you,
Kind of
yeah,
do
the-
like
Mhm.
if I felt like I was gonna do more good out and about that way than I would in town, like in Naboo, then I would definitely end up tagging along.
Yeah, because your obligation is that greater good, and we talked about like when you were studying at Theed University, you felt a closer kinship to your people.
Yeah.
Through your studies and learning more about them.
Yeah. So I probably want to go and see issues for myself.
And
And that
we'll-
would be my only means of travel without like crazy supervision. And without somebody reporting back on everything that I was doing, which I probably would hate. So. Right?
So do they know you're the daughter of an Imperial Moff or Pash? Or is it just like, oh yeah, we got this high rich girl we're gonna pick up?
I think it's more of a
We'll work it out tomorrow.
here's someone with status.
Yeah.
Don't know who their parents are, but I'm sure if we just put out a ransom, someone will pay it.
Yeah, we'll work. Well, we're all working out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's the first of the crew, and then you ran into Drip, the Rhodian explorer, and hired them aboard the. What are we going to call the ship? Did you like the Credit Fang? That was just a default thing.
Yeah,
that came
don't
with
like
the
that name. We'll workshop it. I don't have a name yet, but I don't like that name.
Okay, well, start to think of it. So the next one that Drip probably met first, I'm going to say, was a doctor. The human doctor.
Probably.
Yeah?
Well, people are catching up out there in space. It's always good to have one around.
Yeah. And also that backstory kind of works together, too, with your brother. Like, you know, maybe going about and exploring and experimenting with all sorts of new plants to create new medicines and...
And seeing if there's a way to not like magically fix him, but at least make it better than he is.
More tangible.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So how did a bounty hunter martial artist run through then?
That I'm trying to still figure out.
Was the bounty hunter like sent to go and rescue Riley's character?
That's what I thought.
That could work.
And then when she got there and she realized, okay, this isn't really a kidnapping. This is just.
I mean, it's a kidnapping. It's
a kidnapping, but she's a willing captive.
The kidnapping issue ourselves by the time she comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
And it would make sense to want to hire on some muscle, considering none of us are really muscly.
Yeah.
I have a brawn of 2.
That's more than me.
Oh. But yeah, so that would work out then. And yeah, once again, I'm sent to take out one of the party members.
Don't you mean steal a what? Anyway.
What?
Wait, what? I wanna die.
That's my D&D game, or RPD game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm confessed she did the same thing that Vathris did. But yeah, all right, that sounds good. So everybody came together and did pretty well. What kind of ship do you guys like? Do you like the typical Millennium Falcon ship, or are you interested in something a little bit different?
Hold on.
Because there is, right now, I have up the Wayfarer class Medium Transport, which has a hangar large enough to fit in 2 starfighters along with it. And it is a starter ship.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Oddly enough, you still have to buy the starfighters, though, so...
Yeah.
It's not like you get the starfighters, it's not a package deal. It just came along with the art.
No. I mean, it's just good that it has the room for that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So...
That you said that's the Wayfarer class?
The Wayfarer class Medium Transport.
Yeah, I really like that one.
I'm actually digging that a lot as well.
Mm-hmm. I like the secret storage chamber. I was looking. I think we could use that for a lot of missions. I think.
And also, everyone gets their own room. There's no shared bunks, so
Don't need a room.
even better. So, but just so you know, Brian, that has a handling of 2 as well.
Ugh. So not great.
For what you're going to be flying, it's actually not half bad.
Well, because I mean, I guess the YT only has like what, a handling of 3, right?
No, -1.
-1. Okay, yeah. So this actually has better handling.
So, no, it has -1 worse. It's -2.
Oh,
If
this
you
one's
want a
-2. I thought you said it was.
If you want like a +1 or a +3, that's going to be like a TIE fighter, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
It's all craft is what it's going to cause, things to go have better handling and stuff like that. Also, like speeders, and there's like certain Corellian vehicles because Corellians just are like Top Gun humans. They have a need for speed. They actually get like flying checks off the bat. Yeah, there are speeders in here that have like a handling of +5.
Yeah. I mean, so it's only 1 worse than the YT, so that's not bad.
Yep. And then, yeah, all right. So, are you good with the Wayfarer, or did you want? Let me see if I could get it up here real quick because I'm sharing this one. It's a modified YT 1300, but it looks like the Millennium Falcon, guys. But instead of the cockpit being over to the right, the port, right? Port
Yes.
side, yeah.
I was
it's-
Army, not Navy, dude.
I know. I was trying to remember. The port, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Port, I believe, is right. Starboard is left.
Yes, that's correct. It's actually directly in front of where the two, like, pillars are. I guess. Star Wars, man. I don't know. We'll tweet out the pictures and you can see them later, guys. But there's that one that's available to you guys.
Not bad.
Yeah?
I dig it.
Okay. And then last but not least, there is the one from my favorite book series.
Let's see.
YT 2400 Dauntless.
Ooh. Not bad either.
Yeah.
Port is left. So,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's what Chad
Port
said.
is, yeah, starboard's right, port is left.
Look, Air Force, not not Navy.
Honestly,
rat.
I'm still kind of a fan of the Wayfarer. I just like the idea that we can have a couple of fast, nimble ships.
Mhm.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it makes up.
I do like the name, the Dauntless.
I
But,
do, yeah.
But
We
I
just
definitely
name it
like.
the Dauntless.
Yeah.
Dauntless is kind of a good name.
It is a good name.
It's a really good name.
Oh, I think that's from EOS 10. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, we could just take the Wayfarer and name it the Dauntless. Kind of,
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
Sure.
that. Just confuse the hell out of everybody watching who's like
Yeah,
into the
tell you.
lore here.
But that's not.
Wait a minute.
We do our
Being
own thing.
bamboozled.
What's our ship called? The Enterprise. But isn't the Dauntless from something? Probably Lord Huey. I don't know.
I know EOS 10, their ship is called the Dauntless, but that hasn't been updated in like 3 years, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. Doesn't matter. What was it from again?
EOS 10. It's a podcast.
Oh, gotcha. Is it a Star Wars podcast?
It's a space podcast. it's a space medical audio drama.
You're done.
Cleric Thea just recommended the Aluminum Eagle. The Platinum Hawk. She's going on.
The Copper
Silver
Sparrow. No!
Oh,
Damn it.
Ooh.
the Silver Hummingbird. That's not bad.
I hate it.
Really?
Yep.
It's got a Zen thing. to it.
Immediately hated it. I'm sorry.
Oh. Sorry, Lord Huey.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
You
Huey.
hated
I just immediately was like, that triggered me. I didn't like it.
it.
I hate it. I got a thing against hummingbirds. It's a long story.
I have a thing against birds in general. So here's the thing. I'm terrified of birds. No rational explanation for it. Just am. And so we have a swan and a peacock that relentlessly haunt me from outside my house to the point where I'm unable to leave my own home.
Oh my god.
Peacocks are notoriously assholes, so that's understandable.
Well, so are swans and geese.
Yeah, they are. Geese, especially. Jesus.
I hate
Those are
geese.
mean birds.
Yup.
And pigeons are
Don't
just
they want
disgusting.
pumpkins?
Pigeons are just rats. They're
Yeah.
just rats with
Yeah,
wings.
pretty much.
Exactly. Thank you. Swans suck. Those suckers are mean. Thank you, Claire. Swans are dicks. The Crimson Hawk?
What? I feel like. Oh no, I'm thinking of Hudson Hawk for some reason. I'm gonna think of Hudson Hawk every time we say the name of the ship, though. So we can't. No.
You just call it Hudson Hawk.
No.
I'm just putting it out there, but we could call it the Serenity.
Oh.
Take my love, take my land.
Let's just look up
No.
a synonym for serenity, and then we'll be good.
Peace
No.
is a
Like
lie.
the wind, watch me soar.
No. Too soon.
We could call it the leaf on the wind.
Oh my god, can we?
Ooh.
Oh,
I love it.
I kind of like it a lot.
I
Same.
actually kind of love that.
I love it, but I think it's asking for trouble.
I mean,
A
we're
little
gonna
bit,
constantly
I
be
agree.
asking for trouble. Look at us.
Oh, fair.
We're a motley crew.
Yeah. Alright,
like
chat, so
that.
what do you think?
Cleric loves it. Death loves it, I think.
That or he's giggling at something else. I'm not sure.
Oh, is that what it is?
Could be.
Swan Song is a good name. Yeah, but Leaf on the Wind. Leaf on the Wind is good.
I really
Yeah.
like that.
This is why we do this. We all sit here and we just throw ideas at each other until one of them smacks us in the face so hard we're like, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Leaf! Everybody's saying Leaf on the Wind.
All right,
Yeah.
All right.
I'm writing it down.
Perfect.
I like it.
Yeah, Death loves it. Lord Huey loves it. Everyone loves it. Yep.
Cool.
All right, we have a ship
Alright.
name.
All right.
Woo!
Leaf on the wind.
Halfling Trouble's all for it. Maddie, yep.
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay.
Look
Leaf
at us
on the
naming
Wind.
things and shit. Like we're like people who can name things
Aw.
and shit.
Now we need to name the stream.
I thought we were gonna depend on chat for help with that.
No, we are,
Yeah.
and we want your help with the stream name. It doesn't have to be. Galaxy's Edge was good.
Galaxy's Edge was good. I wrote it down. I did
Galaxy's
write it
Edge.
down.
That's one we definitely put on.
Yeah.
But
But we need more ideas too.
I've been watching Pencils and Parsecs since the Thing did their character creation, and I suggested at their time, Heroes of the Outer Rim.
Are we heroes though?
Yeah.
Exactly. That was the thing. That was the thing they were going for too. It's like, are we gonna be heroes? Like, is that gonna happen?
Anti-heroes?
That's too long. It's not catchy.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
true thing and
Yeah.
never for it.
What?
I said, you know where I stand with the hero thing, and you're never for it because you tell me it's not it. And that it's actually evil.
We won't go there. We won't go there today. But
Yeah, we kind of used all of our creative process to name a ship. So if you could help us name a stream, that would be fantastic.
Lord Huey says star swans, nothing with stars.
Or swans.
Stars. Trolls of the stars.
Yes.
Maddie's like Gremlins of the Outer Rim. The sometimes heroes of the Outer Rim.
Honestly, kind of like that one, except it's really long.
It is. It's too long.
How about
Colors
heroes
of the
of
Wind.
Damn it, Mage. What was that?
Bring it in the Disney all the way around. Will you ever hear the wolf cry?
We can name it Lawful Evil.
What'd she say?
Lawful
Never mind.
evil.
It was a bad idea.
Lawful
As a-
evil.
No, I hated it.
Lawful evil of the outer. I mean, why not? Yeah, that's what Dutch said. It's like, I mean, why not? I don't know. Galaxy's Edge is good.
Questionable alliance.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna be thinking of questionable content.
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Angel of the Winds. Yeah. Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna be. We don't know if we're gonna be good.
Galaxy Angels?
That just makes me think of Charlie's Angels.
Same.
Like,
And I am the Galaxy Master. Good morning, angels.
Yeah.
So could be our Bosley.
I have a mission for you today.
Galactic Mistakes.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh.
I kind of like that.
I like it.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm just gonna write it down.
That's one to write down. Yeah. The Galaxy Riders. That sounds a little too much like a biker gang.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking the
You
same
know?
thing.
Sons of the Galaxy, but it's SUNS.
Old.
I don't know if we're
Because
all that
of
bright.
Anarchy, I'm thinking Sons of the Galaxy.
Love it. I love it. I'll get us all patches.
Yes.
No, because I'm like.
When your character dies, it's like the same thing as getting cut from the crew, so you have to get the patch ripped off.
Ouch.
That's a little too
We'll have
harsh.
to get
That
patches,
is.
and when we die, it has to get burned off.
Oh my gosh.
That only makes sense if you watch Sons of Anarchy. She's not thinking of these off the fly.
I just assumed everybody's watched it.
A lot of Riley's creative process is Sons of Anarchy. I've noticed. Hi, Jax.
Songs from the Outer Rim. I don't know. I think we're pathfinders.
Pathfind.
Finders
Oh. Smurfhawk suggested lack of gravity.
I don't know. This is your campaign, so there's probably going to be a lot of gravity.
You got a lot of down to earth moments.
I felt physical pain on that one.
I hesitated not because of the pun, but because of the earth part of it. I was gonna go like down to Naboo, but I was like, nah, we're not.
It's like the pain is like right here in between my eyes.
Oh, Smirkoff suggested beyond the 6 because there's 6 of you.
I kind of really like that actually a lot too.
Yeah.
We kinda got
Sinister 6.
good one.
Ooh.
What is another synonym? What goes with 6? I'm thinking Hateful Eight now. Like I'm going.
You're crazy.
Isn't there? I think there's a movie that's something Sinister Six. Hold on.
Oh, it's a Spider-Man thing. It's like it's like
Oh, is it?
a collection of rogues, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know that.
And they are making a movie, yes.
Mighty Nine.
Sinister.
We are the Mighty Nine.
9.
Oh my.
I was trying to
Yes.
think of something that would be like kind of funny, like you know how there's like John and Kate plus 8. What if there was like Quinn the GM plus 6?
Another really long name.
Not quite Sith.
Should I do the 6th?
Crazy Sixes. I think we're getting there.
What about the Stellar Six?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Now I feel like we're thinking of adventuring names,
Yeah.
like adventuring party names, but it's kind of the same deal.
Yeah.
The Adventures of the Stellar Six. I'll write it down.
Sugar Space 6.
Absolutely not.
The Interstellar.
The Galaxy one, I really like that one. I want to make patches.
Which
Sons
one?
of the Galaxy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Six Suns. SIXSUNS.
How about SICKSUNS?
Ooh, I like it.
That's what I meant. Maddie suggests 6 on Edge. SIX.
I don't know. I feel like we're hyper focusing on the 6 aspect of things now.
Yeah.
I don't want
Accounting.
half the names to be 6 something.
Nebula Quest?
Nebula something maybe. I'm not sure about Quest because I mean technically we're on a quest.
I'm going to the lore section of this now to like come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Cause alright. We can narrow this down.
Science in the Nebula.
Haha, that's funny. Cleric. She said the tragedy of Darth Quinn the Wise. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? These are minions, Nemesis.
I might change the overlay to say Darth Quinn at Solomon.
What about Peculiar Galaxies?
Bad.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Halfling Trouble, Edge Raiders. Prequel memes. No. I kind of like it, actually. All right. Here's where I am. Moths, governors, Imperial Security Bureau, Compnor. What is Compnor? I have no idea. Imperial Intelligence, Stormtroopers.
It sucks that there's just one less, or one person less. We could have called ourselves the Quintuplets.
Fuck. I hate everything right now.
I love it.
Love it.
Clerk Thea. Now this is pod racing.
I think we should just, let's all speak with our hearts and just call this Jar Jar's happy hour.
Oh.
Please.
The tragedy of Darth Jar Jar.
Oh, I want to see that story.
Do you not know the Darth Jar Jar theory?
You've
It
brought
is
it up.
actually-
You've brought it up.
Yeah.
I've
Pretty
seen it.
compelling argument, I gotta say.
Have you seen Phantom Menace since?
No, I want to so badly now, though.
Oh my god, I can't not unsee it. I cannot. I'm just like,
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm sitting here thinking like George Lucas is a genius. He should not have taken it off track. He was always meant to be Darth Jar Jar.
It is so believable when you actually like read through the whole article.
Yeah, right. The drunken master thing. Like you're just like, yeah.
Well, they match it up because like they actually show you clips from the movie, and you're like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like,
And then you
well,
watch the movie again, and you watch the entire prequel series about him doing this entire thing, and you're like, this totally makes sense.
okay, I know what I'm doing next week.
Smurfox says Misa playing RPGs. Did you change the Darth Jar Jar's happy hour?
No. I'm just teasing.
Oh, I thought you actually did. I was waiting for it to transition over to Darth Jar.
I mean, I'm tempted. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
I can do it really easily.
What was the original title for The Force Awakens? I want to say it was like the working title was
Oh shit!
An
don't
Ancient
remember.
Evil, wasn't it?
Can we just call it The Force Slept In?
I mean,
I see the wheels turning. I see the wheels turning, and I'm kind of scared.
Apparently, the working title for The Force Awakens was Foodles.
Bullshit.
Don't
Oh, really?
Can't be right.
The one I saw is Shadow of the Empire.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
You guys are kind of working in the shadows of the Empire.
Oh, Blue Harvest was also a working title for some Star Wars movies.
I think that's actually where Family Guy took it from. Was that it was a working title?
Oh, that's okay.
But I think you're still right. I think it actually was, and I think that they used that as kind of an in joke to name the Family Guy parody.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire is a legit Star Wars.
Oh,
property.
it is? Okay, we can do that. Maddie loves The Force Slept In.
yeah.
Are we gonna call this The Force Slept In?
I'm gonna write it down at least.
That's a good one. Yeah, Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire was a book, wasn't it?
I think so.
In like an N64 game?
Yeah, that's the one with Dash Rendar.
Yeah, books and video game is what Smurf says.
I never read the book. Oh wait, I did read the book. Fuck, that was way back in the day though.
Is it good?
I don't know. I was a child. I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember the video game.
It's a miracle I remembered reading it at all.
Was it good? I'm asking Derek about the video game.
Oh no, I mean it was on N64, I believe.
It was good for the time.
Apparently, the working title for Attack of the Clones was Jar Jar's Big Adventure.
Oh.
I'm telling you, George Lucas, Darth Jar Jar, he had it all planned out. Fuck Anakin! It was just... all
True
this was
mastermind.
caused by Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Alright, what do we have so far?
As far as names?
Mhm.
Okay, we've got Galaxy's Edge, Galactic Mistakes, Beyond the Six, Stellar Six, Peculiar Galaxies, and The Force Slept In.
I was just thinking of the First Order failures.
But the only problem with that is this takes place during the Galactic Civil War, and for the
Yeah.
First Order isn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
Darth Dropouts?
Darth Drunk.
I liked it.
Durkin says Galaxy's Edge is still the best of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. I really like the Force slept in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Claire. Oh, okay. I love these three she just suggested. Okay, she said Arrow Sith,
Arrow Sith.
Yeah.
the rolling clones, and Leia Zeppelin.
I really like the rolling clones.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't, man.
Love the puns.
I can't do it.
The Death Sticks.
I mean, I don't know if we really want to name ourselves after cigarettes.
Hey.
Han Jovi. Sins of a Nebulous Empire. I feel like it's kind of going into back to the Sixth Sense. I feel like that'd be a good Starfinder title, you know, instead of like a good Star Wars one. That's a good title though.
It is a good title, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think it's for Star Wars. Okay, so we have Galaxy's Edge,
Galactic Mistakes,
Galactic Mistakes. That was a good one.
Beyond the Six, Stellar Six, Peculiar Galaxies, and The Force Slept In, which Maddie is apparently a huge fan of because every time I say it, he jumps out with it.
I know, yeah. Okay, so Order 66 was an inside job. It literally was. Okay. That's really good. All right. My top three are Galactic Mistakes.
Music got really loud, Quinn, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All right.
There you go.
There we go.
My top three are Galactic Mistakes, Galaxy's Edge, and The Force Slept In.
I still do like Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that to my number one right now.
Yeah, it's probably my number one.
My number one's Galactic Mistakes.
I'm for it too. I think that's my number two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for my idea. So
And what was the third one? I don't remember it, so it's really not that important. The Force Slept In.
Yeah.
The Force slept in.
What about Hello Darkness, my old friend?
I quit.
No,
Quinn, I'm leaving the
love
company.
God, I'm sorry.
I can't not love it. Okay. Elfiest Elf, F Galaxy's Mistakes, M. Oh, he's doing FMK. Let's see here, where we got. Sai just suggested Naboo Vice. Scruffy looking Nerf herders.
I love that Durkin knew that there was a pun coming.
Kessel runners. Han Solo's like, my Millennium Falcon did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs.
Oh, the Kessel Run. Okay,
Yeah,
I heard
Kessel.
Castle.
Oh, Kessel. Jar Jar's Heroes? Nope.
Bantha fodder.
What about 13 parsecs?
Where did you get the 13 from?
Because wasn't it 12 parsecs?
12, yeah.
Was when he made the run, but we're not quite that good.
We did.
We did it in 13. I mean, we're not bad.
Yeah.
It's enough parsec. Measure.
Yeah, no, yeah.
If it's not
this has
time.
been said. Yeah, no, it does not make sense. It's not even-
Yeah.
it's a distance. Or time. Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the Force Slept In on mine. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh.
Rage Against the Empire.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like
it.
I actually, yeah,
really
no, I
like
actually do like that.
But are you against the Empire?
Fair enough.
It is. I mean, it's a great Star Wars buff. I love Rage Against the Machine.
I really like that.
I think we all kind of really like it right now.
Yeah,
Rage Against the Empire.
definitely.
Yeah, Rage Against the Empire is. It may be my new number one too. Oh, come on. Even you were like, I really like that one, so I'm not hearing it. Okay. I'm writing it down. What were the other ones? I don't think it matters. In this order, I have Rage Against the Empire, Galaxy's Edge, Galactic Mistakes. I like the lightheartedness of Galactic Mistakes. I don't know about you guys.
I actually do too.
Yeah. Rage Against the Empire is it's a good pun. I feel like Galaxy's Edge. Here's the thing. Well, let's talk about the campaign. How comfortable, when it comes to what happens at the table, there are certain things that I don't touch. But when it comes to are you guys fans of Critical Role?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of we'll call it the rating. I get if you go to a rating, that's kind of I'm such a fan of that show. So it's kind of tends to be this mood set that I kind of play in. It could be you could go to vacation, Naboo for one episode, but the next arc after that is going to be Vecna, or the equivalent of. So it kind of dives into that area, and I'm talking yeah, that.
You'll be in a blink of an eye.
You'll see.
Music's loud again.
Yeah.
Music's loud again.
Yep.
E.
Yeah, well, hold on. I have a better idea. But yeah, I
God,
mean, I guess.
Elf yourself said Darth Vecna.
Yeah.
He doesn't need ideas to kill us. He'll do a fine job on his own.
Right.
You've never gotten a load of me.
Oh.
So.
That's
There
Okay.
we go.
There you
okay.
Sith happens. I feel like that's already taken.
It feels like it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generation X Wings.
Mhm.
It's pretty good.
Mhm.
I don't know. Galaxy's Edge, it could go. It could be pretty serious, but I feel like I don't know.
I mean, let's face it. We are going to make a ton of galactic mistakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That we will.
Yeah, like setting boats on fire.
You know, you set one boat on fire, and all of a sudden you're the bad guy.
You literally killed your party.
I mean, in hindsight, it was a bad move, but at the
Just said
time,
X-Wings.
it made the most sense.
What the
Yeah.
hell have I gotten myself into?
Don't worry, I'm flying this ship. I won't set this one on fire.
That doesn't make
He
me feel
promises.
any better.
Intentionally, I'll say, because I really can't make that promise.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a really good pilot, except for the times that I'm not.
Great. Fantastic. Fantastic.
I don't know if she's staring at if something's
I'm
happening.
Googling. I'm drawing Galaxy's Edge on the thing, but I'm pretty sure I spelled Galaxies wrong.
I really think Galactic Mistakes is the right name for this show.
It is now. It kind of just it's
Is
collapsed.
that what decided that?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, God.
So, are we gonna? Do we want to call it Galactic Mistakes then, or Rage Against the Empire?
I prefer Galactic Mistakes. I think it's
Yeah.
more lighthearted, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bear needs to rename his character Launch.
No.
Are you gonna set? our ship on fire when you don't know what to do?
I'm gonna
Probably.
set you on fire if you talk too much.
Oh.
Bitch, try me.
Love you, Riley. So for those who don't know, like me and Riley's relationship in real life is like brother and sister. So this is just kind of how we are.
What are nice things to say? I don't know.
That's canon.
All right.
Oh goodness.
I'm really. All right. Let's hear from the rest of you guys. I'm really feeling Galactic Mistakes though, but
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
First episode of Galactic Mistakes. Oh no.
Wait, hold on. Let me do a real quick search. Just make sure that hasn't already been taken.
That is a great idea. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Galactic Empire Mistakes.
5 leadership mistakes of the Galactic Empire.
Yeah.
Galactic goofs. It looks like we're good.
Good.
Cool.
I love Galactic Goofs. Too bad that's taken.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we got Galactic Mistakes.
Right
Alright.
as I finish drawing Galaxy's Edge, but it's okay. Everything's fine. My notes are just ruined.
You're the one who decided to make. Never mind. I'm not going there. Anyway. All right. Hold on. So we have an obligation of 45, which means. All right. So do you guys have any questions?
Could you tell us about some of your campaign ideas?
No.
I mean, you're allowed to say no. It's okay.
Yeah. Let me see what, because a few are modular. There's a heist. Do you guys like heists?
Ooh.
Ooh.
If it's for the greater good, I will heist.
Ooh.
If it's for money, I will heist.
If there's something interesting to steal, I will heist.
There's a prison break.
I will definitely do that. Wait, it depends. Who are the prisoners?
That's what we're gonna have to find out.
Then I might not be down for that.
Let's see. There's a couple shipjackings.
How about droid jackings?
No, you don't know. Brian knows, but he's not gonna edit.
No
He's not gonna
thanks.
edit it.
Nope.
No, Quinn. I told you about
I know.
L3's motivations.
I know, and I'm aware of them. Let's see here. There's a gambling, a little gambling, kind of like Vegas casino action.
Nice.
Okay.
Love gambling. Love it.
Too much sometimes.
No such thing.
Oh.
I'll use Crash's money because he owes me for kidnapping me.
Oh, is that what you think that's gonna
Yeah,
be?
you owe me. So
I will put
Okay.
you in the airlock with what's her face, the old lady.
you gotta give me the
Honora.
Yeah, Nora.
How do you guys feel being about a merry band of pirates going up and raiding some luxury vehicles of the Empire?
That's wrong.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why not?
The Empire won't miss it. They got plenty of money. They keep building
Exactly.
giant Death Stars like they can afford it.
But it does not belong to us.
Well,
And
does now.
point.
When we steal it, then it will.
Yeah, exactly. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
I won't say what this one's called. I won't give you an idea what it is, but it's the title I have for it is called Honor Among Thieves.
Like
I know
it?
that's an
Okay,
Uncharted
okay.
sort of deal. What else do I have inside of here?
As long as you guys get beat up, I'm still in business, so.
Yeah, we're gonna get beat up.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I'm going to talk myself out of everything.
Homecoming. but that's...
Ooh, does Iron Man make an appearance?
Yes.
This is my Iron Man.
Jon Favreau.
He's doing a Star Wars series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Jon Favreau. I'm just not sure I want to see... Actually, yeah. How do you guys feel about hunting?
Oh, I am very cool with that.
Hunting.
Yeah.
To survive, if I need.
Yeah.
I mean, does it pay? That's the only thing I need
Yeah.
to know.
It's just big game predators that probably would destroy an entire city.
Oh, then yes.
So they're going to pay a lot.
Like, I'm talking crate dragons.
Cool. So they're going to pay a
Yes.
lot.
I would want to save the people.
Yep.
I
I
would
just
want
wanna
to
fight
save their
something strong.
pocketbooks.
I'm
This
gonna
one's...
shoot Hash in the face.
I am not giving you a
Pick
gun.
up. It's okay because I already have one.
Good thing I know a bounty hunter.
There you
That's
go.
trying to save me from you. Didn't think that through.
She's
did
got a point.
ya? Yeah, you done fucked up
I got,
already.
I got plenty of
Bounty
money. Don't worry about it.
That might work. No, wait. The Huts gave me the mission, then no way. No,
I
no money
shot
can
a
buy me.
hut. I will go shoot another one.
Go for it.
Okay, do you?
I'll just drop a goddamn ship on him.
You act like that's not going to come to haunt you in the future, right?
No, I know damn
Yeah,
well
right?
it is. I don't care. Bring it. You took my eye, motherfucker. Come
I
get
mean,
me.
might as well just set it on fire and set it crashing to the ground thousands of feet below. Like, fuck it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're all gonna die.
I will hit the self-destruct. I will hit the self-destruct button and shoot the
Oh,
controls if
this
you keep
one's
this
called
up.
We're All Gonna Die.
That's
I have
a good one.
I have a few. I actually have a few in hut space. In mind.
I just want to see a hut with that floating armor.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because when you see that, you better run.
Yeah, I'm good at running.
I have a stranded one,
Like, oh, Stanton? Yeah.
like lost.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would it make it easier if I, like, okay, so you know that my character's reason for adventuring is wrong place, wrong time. But would it make it easier for her to, like, get along with different missions that, like people were stealing or whatever, is that she wants to learn how real people live that aren't in the city?
Yeah, exactly.
So then that would make
Trust
more
me,
sense,
once you-
like, her
once you-
going along with some of the more questionably moral
Yeah,
things.
I mean, because no offense, if you
Because I
grow
don't
up,
want my character to be, like, at feuding with people, like, missions. You know what I mean? Because of her alignment, I guess.
I mean, there is an alignment. There is an alignment in Star Wars. Ooh, no. Sorry, I just looked at chat real quick and I was
Same.
like, oh god. So, but yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I just read it. Did I make myself really powerful without knowing? Because I'm so freaking happy then.
We'll talk about it tomorrow a little bit. But yeah, like I said, there is a number of campaigns, and if you guys like these characters for as long as you do, we could I have a Vecna in mind. I have things in mind where everything
Cool.
is.
Of course you do.
Why play when you can kill?
Can we go over, like, the obligation thing at least one more time? Like, how you roll for that? Or, like,
So
how
I
it's
roll for it.
treated in the beginning?
That's me. That's what these are for. And
Okay.
I will let you know when when it triggers you. That's
Okay.
literally what it's called.
Oh.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, so you randomly roll, and then depending on people's obligation number is who
No, it depends
gets
on your
triggered.
group. It depends on your group as a whole, and a list that I make up. And when a certain number, it exceeds a certain number or something like that, I will say, so Riley or us, I'm going to call you Aussie for short.
It's Luna for short.
Luna for short. That's what we're going through? Luna for short? Okay. So
Luna for
I'll
short.
say, Luna, you're feeling your obligation really come into play. So, like, your backstory, your motivation, your, like, the things you want to do. So you're going to take what I would say 2 strain.
Oh, like if I'm doing something against my obligation?
No. You just feel like this anxiety from your character being like, you know what? It's just like 2 strain. you never dive away from your obligation,
Okay.
right?
So it's just like an anxiety thing?
No, it's hard to explain. No, you would just take 2 strain mechanically. And something could come along in the story where you could be like, I want to settle this part of the obligation. And you could go in and intervene. Say you see 2 stormtroopers harassing a Deveronian, a Rhodian, a Twi'lek, and you want to do something for the greater good. You're like, hey, stop it. And that would fulfill that obligation, depending on. But like, let's say Pash has a bounty on his head. Suddenly Boba Fett is coming after him if I rolled really high on the chart, which holy shit I did. So Boba Fett's coming after him and y'all better fucking run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, or
Somebody kick Sai out of chat.
No.
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 That's my boyfriend, so I'm allowed to be mean.
So that's how obligation works. We're gonna go a little bit over spaceship combat tomorrow. It is not as complicated as it sounds. And as I'm reading The Force, it's not as complicated as it sounds either. So at the beginning, you guys would roll a dark side dice or a Force dice, and you guys are going to get light side points or dark side points based off of that. And you can use a light side point when you're playing to be like, oh, I remembered an ammo package. Instead of like, fuck, I forgot it back in the ship. You spend a light side point, I remembered it. Or you can spend a light side point to create a success on a roll. And that happens, but that turns into a dark side point for me.
Oh.
And I can flip that on you whenever the fuck I want.
Which I'm actually going to make little tokens to put on the overlay so we can see how many light side points and dark side points we have.
Nice.
That way we just remember, because otherwise it'll be really easy to forget not having them kind of in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Techie stuff.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Any other questions real quick?
You want to run down what each of the die is?
In chat or in for chat or just in general?
Yeah, like for anyone who hasn't played the, how we are determining
I
the.
haven't done this system before.
There you go.
Okay, so did you open up that website that put in chat? Okay, so the greatest part about this website is you don't have to count worth of shit. So the white die is the forest die, as I described earlier, correct? Mm-hmm. And so one player is actually just going to roll that, and so I'll say roll the dice. I have 1 dark side point, so you don't have to worry about that. I would spend that, and it already brings it up. So the green triangle dice, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the green triangle, the blue D6, and the yellow hexa?
It's 12.
Yeah, we'll call it a D12.
Yeah, it's 12.
The green, blue, and yellow are your positive dice.
Mm-hmm.
The blue, black, or the purple, black, and red are your negative dice.
Okay.
Blue and black will go into play whenever I say so. Or if you have a feature indicating that you could have that ability to use it. For your positive dice, let's say you're hold on. Let's say, yeah, that's fine. Let's say that you have a you're in combat and you're shooting from a medium range with a heavy blaster pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Medium range is 3 difficulty die. So you would type that 3 times, and then you would use your proficiency is in the skill under your ranged light in your character sheet.
I think that's 3 green.
3 green for you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you would use 3 green. Then, get rid of the forest die before you do it though. Then you would hit roll dice. So you fail and you have a threat, so nothing happens.
Okay.
The threat may come into play just like your blaster jammed. It's just incidental.
Okay, it's kind of like the mouse guard where you can have successes and okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just success failure.
Cool.
It is.
All right.
And if you so no matter what, you just succeed or you fail on your hit. And but with each additional success that you get in the combat round, that is going to go into your damage rating. So a blaster pistol does a damage of 6, but let's say you got like 3 successes. That's when you deal the additional 3, so it would be 9 damage.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's just success failure, and that's that. And also, you take damage based off of your soak value. So you should have in your character sheet a soak.
3.
3. So let's say the stormtrooper hits you, and he dives you 5 damage.
I would take 2.
You would take 2 because your soak is 3.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Everyone got it?
Yep.
Cool.
That I get.
All right.
That I get.
There's also other things that will come into play later on. There are things like fear checks. So, for example, let me just send up a super powerful NPC for you. So Darth Vader.
Why not?
Whenever you enter combat, you have to roll 3 red dice. Those are your challenge dice, so the most difficult dice in the game, against whatever your cool discipline is, to maintain that you are not intimidated by his presence. And upon that, when you're afraid, you take any additional setback dice. You would take 2 setback dice per each failure. So,
all right.
Or no, 1 setback dice per failure. That's how that works. So, that's how that works in combat. But like I said, a lot of this is me telling you roll these dice, and then you just telling me success failures, and you adding up like 6 plus 2 successes. That's 8 damage total. Stormtrooper takes the soak, knocks him down. You got 1 of 12 stormtroopers out. Ship combat works a bit differently. For who is going to come most into play is Brian. But when you're in ship combat, you're going to be taking a number of other roles. It's not just, I'm going to fly the ship, especially with a Wayfarer class vessel, as you can see here. There is somebody who is going to run around and try and fix things that are happening aboard the ship. Life support's failing. So he needs to roll. Derek needs to roll on over and try to fix it up. You have to have a gunner on board. You also have a co-pilot, which can also aid in the roles of piloting a ship. And again, it's just success failure. But there's like silhouettes and hitting it, and then again, but for gunners it's easy. It just all comes back to the basic combat of everything, just on a little bit of a larger scale. And we're gonna get into that a little bit tomorrow.
Real quick, as far as the dice go, so to know which dice you're going to roll, I think Quinn did touch it briefly, but you just go to in your character sheet, your skills, and the dice pool will tell you how many dice you roll against whatever difficulty he gives you.
Okay.
All right. So, any other questions other than that? I'm still learning the system a bit. I'm starting to get a hangover. Starting to get a hangover. Starting to get a handle on it. But it's the more I read up on this system, the more I just like. I like this more than like the 5e. I like this more than like Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I like the XP banking. I I'm not a math man. Like, I love the low numbers that are associated with it. I love the critical system. I love the critical injury system. So the thing about this system too is it's a lot harder for you to die. But you will suffer critical injuries, and though, Brian knows he lost an eye to it, and we actually fucked up. We flavored it. We were still learning it, but he lost an eye, and enough years would have passed for Brian at this point, since he's going to be about 19 years old, or 20. We'll make it 20. That he would have gotten used to it, or else if he didn't get used to it took the aiming eye, or the non-aiming eye.
Yeah, it was the non-aiming eye.
Non-aiming eye. So, but he would have still had to get used to that.
Yeah.
But in that time, he would have taken a -2 to all ranged attacks.
Oof.
Which is essentially
I think you added boost die or setback die is what you.
Yeah, 2 setback.
Yeah,
2 setbacks. So I don't know why I said -2.
Oh, okay. So then we were doing it right then, because that's what you had done.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have a doctor, so that's going to be super useful when it comes to this.
Me and the doctor are going to be good friends, I hope. You will see a lot of me, I'm sure.
Doctor's orders. But what else is there? What else? Yeah, and you don't recover wounds like you would from a long rest, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where your resilience comes into play. And, the more, when we actually go through this and play this, it'll make a lot more sense, and it'll be a lot more fun than just me talking to you about it. So, but, yeah.
I have a question.
Go.
Do we have a system set up for the X card?
The what?
The X card?
Yes.
So if the X card is something that's done in Dungeon World and Powered by the Apocalypse games, where if there is a topic or subject that we don't really...
Let me know in a Twitter DM. Also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No worries. That's why this is all part of Zero Session.
Okay.
And if there's something you're uncomfortable with, just mention the Twitter DM, and if you want to DM me personally, just I'm cool with that too.
Or I would say probably a better place is the Zoom chat, because you'll see that probably quicker than you will a Twitter DM.
Actually, no.
No.
Because my chat's over here, the screen's here. I'm going to be facing you, so just Twitter DM me. Yeah, no problem. So, and also we're streaming, so for some people it'd be I think it'd be better for you or the person who's uncomfortable, so it's not showing them being because people can be trolls. It's the bottom line. So just a Twitter DM and not a problem.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. Other than that, because I like to say this in D&D, I want everybody to have a good time. I don't want to outright kill my players. So it's why I keep track of HP and Dungeons and Dragons Beyond, D&D Beyond, and all that stuff. So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Not that I can think of.
All right.
I'm good.
Something else I would learn playing the game
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
basically what's going to be left.
Oh, the other thing I want to mention real quick, for multi-classing specifically, we're doing homebrew rules. Ignore the book.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay, it's not 10 times the XP. That's fucking ridiculous.
God.
It's 5 times for in-career trees. Or what did we agree upon, Brian?
I forget, but it's probably best if we send it to everybody in a message anyway. So
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
off
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Because we've been going for an hour 45, which is a pretty good Zero Session.
Yeah.
Typically, we're going to try and keep it to the time frame of 2 hours per session. But if we go a little into 2.5, we get the extra 3 minutes out. So, all right.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Galactic Mistakes.
Hold on. Durkin wants to say something.
Yeah.
Be very careful here. Okay, we'll work on that later. Anyway. But yeah, I think that's ridiculous for multi-classing. So yeah. Until next time, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you all next week, where these people will be
Trying to survive.
Oh, the multi-class rules. Durkin saying be very careful with the multi-class rules.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Broken? Is that something that I want to do?
what's up?
I said, are they broken? Is that something I want to do?
Unless it's universal specializations. So,
All right.
okay. Yeah. We'll see you all next week, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.